Hello, good morning. Me and my trusty sidekick, Dexter, are here to pot up some wild, out of control lettuce. Yeah, we should have done this a month ago. It's one of those. We're coming into the procrastination time of the season. Uh, so, all right, we're just gonna get stuff going. I'm just gonna start working. And hopefully this guy gets distracted. Hey, Scott, welcome in. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm using my very old laptop, and so the sound isn't always the best on this thing, but yes. Okay, I'm going to put you down. Mommy's got to get to work. Okay? Okay? All right. Go back to nap nap. Okay? Where's your bowl? You come up here and chew? You can chew with your bone? Yeah? Look, the stairs right here. There you go. There you go. Hey, Nicole, welcome in. Hi. Okay. So I was having trouble getting the stream. Yeah, I don't know what was happening last night. That was on my touchpad, and I've been having really bad Wi-Fi the last few days. Like Thursday, we had no internet. The whole area had no internet, so I couldn't do my live. So I've been all over the place. I'm very frustrated this morning trying to get everything working. So I'm just happy it's up and running now. And yeah, this lettuce is I don't even know how many are in here. So I'm just potting it to a slightly larger container, but this should help. It should be able to be in here for a bit, and I'm going to be taking it outside this week. We're going to be really cold, like Monday, Tuesday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then after that we'll be warming up a little bit. So I'll try and get it acclimated after that, and hopefully get it planted out into my flower beds, garden beds out there within the next week or so. Yeah, this coming week's going to be crazy because I'm going to be starting like pretty much everything. My tomatoes, I'm going to be doing my winter sowing containers later today, and then the rest of everything else that needs to be done is going to be done. Hopefully you can hear Dexter chewing his foot. Why are you? He does that. He just sits there and like chews on his foot for a while. So I do have my handy dandy little tool. I use this little tiny metal. It's my daughter's yarn hook for when I transplant into the soil blocks. Today I might be using the other end to make some holes in here. I don't really know how this is going to go, so we're just going to get started. So I'm going to use a container that has holes in it, and when it's in the house, it's going to be sitting in this pot so it doesn't leak all over. So I'm going to just take it, and I'm just going to kind of loosen up. I'll take everything out of here and just kind of set it in here and loosen it up. I do have a few cilantro babies on this end that I don't want to mess up, so I'm going to be careful. So I won't be able to type much because my fingers won't get dirty. So this is just a potting up live. A little chit and chat. If anyone wants to come up here, actually I can drop the link too if someone wants to come up. Hopefully my internet can support that. I'll drop the link. And I can actually reach the keyboard, which is nice this time. There we go. All right, if anyone wants to pop on up and chat, you are welcome. So here's my block of cilantro for the next round, because I have a feeling that stuff that I'm growing now is going to bolt before I even get it out into the garden, just being in the house and stuff. Oh, I don't know if that one's going to make it out. Add a little bit more potting mix in here just to give them a little life, and they'll go there. Dex, I don't know if it's a good idea for you to be on my lap. He thinks it is. Hey, Chuck, how are you guys doing? Minor details, Danny, minor details. So I'm just going to be separating them. Fortunately, this potting mix is very loose. So this is the, I think this is the Little Gem. What are you doing? Yeah, I don't need your help, thank you. I don't need your assistance. Yeah. Can you see yourself on camera? Thank God you can't see yourself on camera, right? Gizmo was one for the TV. Oh my gosh, you love watching He loved watching TV, and anytime there was an animal, especially horses and stuff, he would just go absolutely bananas, barking and barking. And my husband kind of did that on purpose. So we were trying to get him exercise in the wintertime. And so my husband would put on the horse racing and get him all worked up at the horses, and then he'd play fetch for a while. Because otherwise he'd throw the ball and he'd be like, eh. But if he watched horse racing first, he would get all worked up, and then he would play fetch for a while. And that's how we would get Gizmo's exercise in the wintertime. And it wasn't that big of a problem, right? You see, when you watch a movie that has a horse, like how often do you watch a movie or a show that has a horse? It wasn't a big deal for us. Well, my dad would come to visit, and my dad is a huge fan of Westerns. And he would get so mad because he's sitting there trying to enjoy his Western, and Gizmo is just freaking out. We would have to lock him in the other room. So, yeah. And that voice, so then the problem became that voice, like that announcer voice with the horse racing. No, we haven't been going anywhere, right? And that just the voice would get him worked up. So he got worked up also with any kind of sports. So some of our friends that we would have babysit Gizmo when we went out of town, he is an avid sports watcher, right? So he likes to watch all kinds of hockey and soccer or football, as he calls it. Are you eating the lettuce? He's eating the lettuce. No, nibbling. Nibbling. And so when they would babysit Gizmo, he would go over there and bark and bark and bark at the TV and drive them nuts when they're trying to watch soccer. So it's like, oops, sorry. So fortunately, this guy hasn't really noticed the TV too much. Every once in a while, he'll watch it. Hey, no! You're not a cat. Don't try to knock this off. He was watching Altruistic Farmhouse, Farmstead, whatever their channel name is. And she was showing the goats. And so she goes out and she's talking to the goats and she's like, hi. And she's using like the puppy voice. And she's talking to the goats. And Gizmo's like, Dexter is like, so he was watching that. And then he was watching the goats. And he was very impressed with the goats. Okay, off. Get down. Go get your ball. Where's your ball? Where's your dragon? Get your dragon. Thank you. Yay. Okay, so I got some separated in here. I'm just going to separate them individually and poking them in some holes. So if I missed anything in chat, Danny's getting dressed. Okay, good. Thank you. My son decided at the moment to pop on to practice the piano. So pretending to hear what is being said. That's all right. That's all right. You know, that's the only thing I don't like about live streams is you can't put on closed captioning, because sometimes I'll be on the phone or something else is going on, or I'll be in bed and I just don't want to have to find my headphones, and I want to just be able to read it, because sometimes I'll watch stuff in bed. You know, my husband's either watching TV next to me or he's asleep, and sometimes it's just nice to be able to watch the closed captionings. So it's the one thing about the live streams that they don't have, which I understand. Like, that would just be way too hard to do. So, hey, welcome in, Mad Acre Farm. Say you, Jamie. Listening and working. Good job. You had fun last night. My husband's like, how did it go? And I'm like, be glad you weren't watching. Oh, gosh. Poor Lisa. Poor Lisa. Yeah, that was a fun stream last night. Hopefully Sherman can get the job done. I think Sherman needs some pointers. I don't think she saw the comment where I said I think she needs to get Pig Hub. For sure. Oh, yes, I had a great time. I had a great time. Yeah, here, I'll drop the link again. Danny's getting dressed and she's gonna come on, but if anyone else wants to. Come on, please. Anyone else wants to pop in and say how do they can? What happened last night? I had to miss it. Oh, well, it was just, Lisa, Jamie, I, and what was it, Annette? I don't really know her channel too much, but she was funny. Nice and warm. Oh my goodness. these guys are going to put on some growth, and then hopefully I can get them out into the pots. Because at the grocery store the other day, I had to pay $3.88 for one thing of romaine lettuce. I was very angry, so I was like, oh my God, I got to get these guys growing. So I started them early in January, and then I just never got around to potting them up because I didn't want them to take up too much room in my grower because I am running out of space up there. Like, I've already had to pull some of my dwarf tomatoes are sitting here in the living room. I'll show you in a minute once my hands aren't so dirty. And then my MIG grow off bag, it's outgrown, like touching the frame of the shelving unit. So it's going to kind of have to get moved down here, I guess. And then I have like my giant IKEA spotlight on them to help with the grow bulb in it to help extend the days. So I'm really hoping that I can get a lot of these cold weather annuals out while my other stuff is still in tiny containers. So I'll be starting all of my tomatoes, but I can do all of them because of those mini soil blocks. I can do all of them on a tiny tray. And then hopefully by the time those are ready to get up, I will be able to get all of my cool flowers and a lot of room. There's like the whole half of my big tray. So look at this guy. Isn't that healthy? No, I'm not. My husband was laughing. He's like, so for a month's work, you have enough there to make a salad. Like, they're babies. They'll make lots of salad. So I don't remember if I didn't do a lot of lettuce last year. I did kale and spinach. But the year before, I did this exact same one. And I did a ton of them. And a lot of them are because planting containers. Planted his plants with the lettuce and the pak choi around it. And they did really good all season long. For several months, you could just go out and get lettuce. And my daughter really likes this lettuce as well. All right, I'm back. Like, it just totally, I don't know. I lost my internet, I think, apparently. So, internet has been really wonky all week. I don't know what's going on. My friend just up the street, she worked from home, so she messaged me the other day. She's like, is your internet down? I was like, yeah, it's been down all afternoon. So, she got the afternoon off. She had no internet. Yeah, thanks, Chuck. Thanks a lot, buddy. Hey, Green Side Up. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I'm here. Hopefully, I'll be in and out. Hopefully, we'll stay. Hey, Tuber Chat. Word up. What's going on over there? How are you guys doing? Oh, thank you so much. You know what? I never go on Reddit. I never think of Reddit. Do you get a lot of referrals from Reddit? Is that a good source? I never post on there about any, like, I'm not a Reddit person. I don't know. I feel like I already have too much stuff going on to add another one to it. But. So what's everyone else doing this morning? Anyone have any gardening they're able to do? Weather permitting? Really, I'm going to bribe the kid with some bubble tea to get these winter sowing containers done today, because we're having a high today of 42, but we're going to be below freezing the next, I think tomorrow is like a high of 20. in the next few days, it's going to be all gross. So I don't want to be out there doing it. And that'd be good because it will give me some cool weather when I get them out there to help with the stratification or whatever needs stratifying. Hey, G Mama, welcome in. How are you doing? How's your grow tent? So my husband informed me a couple of days ago, or was it yesterday? I can't remember. Hi, Chloe K. Welcome in. He says, oh, by the way, I have a big grow tent up in the attic that I bought on clearance at Princess Auto, which is like the Canadian version of Harbor Freight a while ago. Hey, Chris, welcome in. And I'm like, say what? He goes, oh yeah, it's like this big tent, and it's like inside, it's like got all reflective like mylar and stuff. And you can. I'm like, I know what a grow tent is. How come I never knew we had one? And why the heck is it in the attic? Yeah. So, yeah. So he was in a bit of trouble about that. Oh, look at this one. This one's already kind of starting to shape up. It's getting a little crispies in the middle. So exciting. Hey, welcome in, you Grow Row. How are you? Nice to see you this morning. Oh, you're in the waiting room. You are. Hi, Danny. I'm just going to click on you. Is it working?
Yeah.
Hi. Good morning.
Hello. Hello.
Thank you for getting dressed.
Yes.
Well, Nicole, thank you. You know what, Nicole? Do you want to get booted from the stream? Really? Yeah, she said it's going to be 83. So yeah, so I said, he goes, yeah, it's pretty good. You could probably grow a lot in there. So I'm wondering, I was like, oh my God. I said, you should have seen G Mama's grow room. She's got like trees.
I know, that was so impressive. Like, wow.
I said she had trees. She had like blueberry plants. I said she was like got a whole food forest growing in this like magical grow tent, like the Mary Poppins of grow tents. So
and growing well.
Yeah. So he's getting ready. We have these 2 giant speakers in the basement that him and my dad bought years ago. And the guy out in BC, I don't know, they're these kind of special old-fashioned speakers. So this guy out in BC wanted the guts because he has several and he needed to replace some parts. So my husband just, look at this, isn't that beautiful? Come on. Isn't that adorable? Yay. So my husband dismantled the guts because it was way too expensive to ship these giant wooden containers. So the speaker boxes are, I was hoping they were solid wood. He goes, no, it's particle board. Because I thought they were solid wood, because you just see from the outside the wood, right? And they're probably about 3 feet by 2 feet by 3 feet. Like they're big, and they're taking up a lot of room in the basement.
I know all about
decent
that.
Looking cabinets. I was like, he's going to throw them out. And I was like, could I use them as raised planter beds? Can I light them? He goes, it's particle board. I said, oh crap, I was hoping it was real wood. Because so many times those old, the old pieces like that were made out of real wood, right? So had it been real wood, I would have been lining it with a garbage bag and I would have had some speaker grow beds. I thought that would have been kind of Anyway, so we will have room now down in the basement area there to get to put the grow tent. So that's exciting.
Nice.
And he picked up these grow lights from Home Depot yesterday that were they were normally $60 and they were on sale for $17. So he grabbed a few of those. So.
Nice.
If you need to know one thing about my husband is he is the king of deals. Whenever anyone gets a really screaming deal on anything, they say, I got a Randy deal. He can just find, and it's so funny because and it's always something that like he's been looking for. He'll be like, you know what, I need this or that, and then he'll go to the store and there it is, like on clearance or marked down or whatever. It's crazy. Hey, welcome in, Theo. Nice to see you. Thank you. This is not my traditional live streams. Normally my live streams are Thursday nights and then I'm up in the office and it's a little bit more of a professional. I don't know. I feel it's more professional because I got the headphones on and the better mic. But this is one of my potting up lives. It's one of those where, you know what, I have a chore that needs to get done and it's kind of tedious and boring. And so I'd rather do it while I can chat. So
that's part of why I do my live tomorrow.
So this is my romaine lettuce. And actually, I was just telling Theo about those lights. So I should have my daughter bring one of them down there up on the landing. I can't move because I have a sound asleep puppy on my lap, and I do not want to wake him because then he'll be like dancing in my salad bowl.
5 seconds ago, he was
So
like
he went and
jumping
got his
around like plants.
yeah, and now he's passed out. That's puppy. He's either on or off. There is like very, very rarely is there an in between. So yesterday he had to go get his shots, right? So I thought, you know what, I'm going to take him for a nice long walk so that he'll be nice and tired when we go over there. Walked him for an hour, and then he was still like just going nuts. And the doctor was like, oh, he's very hyper. And I was like, I took him for an hour walk. I tried to wear him out. I'm sorry. So he got 2 shots. He got his regular, I don't know, whatever it is, shot. And then she was like, oh, but she was like, well, make sure he's not around other dogs yet because he hasn't had his rabies yet. And I was like, well, how old does he have to be to get his rabies? She goes, well, how old is he? I said, he's 4 months. And she was like, oh, he's got his rabies now. He went and got another rabies shot. And she gave the shots in the bum, which I don't remember that. With Gizmo, they would just grab the scruff of his neck because it's so full of ruffly, scruffly fat. They would just stick the needle in there and he didn't even feel it. This guy, she just turned him around. She's like, okay, let me see. I thought she was just doing an exam. And she's like, okay, turn him around. Let me see his behind. And we turned him around and boop, he got a shot. And all of a sudden he was just kind of wiggling. And then all of a sudden he just went real still. Like, so I don't know where the needle went in. On the way home, I was like, okay, Dexter, show me where she touched you. Because I was like, do we need to be careful about where, the injection set or whatever. So then she says, okay, so especially since he got the rabies shot, he got both vaccines, he could be very tired tonight, right? He'll be sleepy and whatever. He didn't go to sleep until, I had to force him to go to bed at 9:30, which is later than normal. So I wonder if he's like one of those kids that everything reacts differently. Like you give him caffeine to calm him down.
Your dog has ADHD.
Opposite dog. Yeah. So, but he's relieved because now he can go bite people whenever he wants. And, he's good to go. He's got his rabies. So he's safe. I will go down to the shop and get out and we'll try to start tomorrow. I missed part of that conversation. I'm going up. It says something after breakfast. I don't know what's going on. I missed that chat. So I'll try to scroll back up through this.
They said something about
because every time I lean forward, my belly is squishing. Oh, garden tilled up. There we go. Yeah, they got a lot of stuff growing too there. Although I will tell you, Chris, next time you're potting up your next time you're filling your soil into your containers, you don't pack it so hard. You can leave it pretty. You want the soil loose because you want your those little seeds to be able to move around in there. So just gently pack it in. You don't want to pack it too hard. I mean, it's hard to tell from the video I watched, but it looked like you were jamming it in a little bit. So maybe go a little bit easier on it. I did that too at first because it's because if the soil's firmer, then the plants will have more, stability.
There's one exception to that. There's one exception to that, and it's Brussels sprouts and broccoli. If you got to really, really pack those in, because they're really prone to club root, and so having really packed soil around broccoli and Brussels sprouts will really help prevent root disease.
Oh, okay. Thanks for telling me. I'm actually growing broccoli for the first time this year. I have seeds, so that's going in my winter sowing containers. I gotta get it out. I gotta get it done.
Oh, so
I had no intentions of growing broccoli. Can I grow them my winter sowing containers? You want me to pack it? Pack it in good.
Yeah, when you transplant out in the garden, really pack them in.
Okay, they're gonna be going in one of my buckets, so I'll just stand in it.
Yeah. Well, that's what I did literally when I was growing in containers is I put them in and I pack them down, lean in.
Yeah. Okay.
All
right.
I'm so excited because every year, what do I fail at starting from seed? Broccoli and Brussels sprouts, my brassicas are terrible. This year, I did it. I'm so excited.
Yay! You should have chosen for your might grow up. Put the pressure on.
Yeah, I should have done some cabbages. Oh, dude, my grow off bucket. So
Hi, African Dream. Welcome in. Thanks for coming. Good to see ya.
I started putting it out on the front porch, and I was out late for rehearsal, and my dad didn't bring it in quick enough, and the cold.
Oh, no. Is it Dad?
Not everything,
or
but
just meh.
A lot of things just disintegrated, like my basil, my beautiful basil. But it's my fault. I wasn't home. So
yeah.
My seedlings are so neglected right now because every week, basically since Saturday, I've been not home. It's been a full week. Today is our last 2 shows. So we've got one at 1:30, we've got one at 7:30, and then that's it. We're done. And tomorrow I'm just going to flop and die. Oh, look at that pretty lettuce.
Good it looks really pathetic right now because it's like.
Hey, a good.
But yeah, once I water it in, it'll be really, really nice. Well, and it's funny because sometimes when I'm doing this, I use Dexter's spray bottle, and so then he wants to know how bad was that lettuce. Oh, he's got dirt on him. Oh, baby. He's got some potting mix. You got potting mix on you, baby. So sorry. Sorry. The kid's going to complain because she absolutely hates the smell of potting soil.
I love it.
She hates it. She can't hardly even go in my bedroom because I have all that stuff growing. I know. Hey, Pam, welcome in. Hey, Lori from Hedgehogs. And Pooh Bear. How are your chickens? How's everyone's chickens doing this morning? So I'm going to try and, you know what? I'm going to do the same thing to my, I'm going to pot these up a little bit more, the cilantro. Oh, do you like cilantro, X?
I'm looking at my onion seedlings.
Anything that falls off.
I'm looking at my onion seedlings. So, they are 8 inches tall. I need to cut them so bad.
I cut mine down and I use them with my potatoes.
Yes.
And it was really yummy.
Use the trimmings.
And I need to do it again. Like they're going crazy again.
I have to harden them off and get them out to Heather.
Right. I have 3.
One's for her.
I have 3 of the Walla Walla sweets, and then I have a few of the green onions that survived.
Yeah.
I only have 3 germinate of the Walla Walla, so I'm not gonna have a ton of onions growing this year.
Yeah, I've got to find a way to obtain myself some bunching onion seeds because I don't have any, and I'm doing the Come Salsa With Me challenge. So I got to go see if I can find a way to barter for some bunching onions. Because Rochelle's watching me.
I have some, but mine are like 2 years old. I mean, they germinated nicely. That's what I have upstairs. But I know onions you don't really want old.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna see if some of my friends, gardening friends around here, have some. Because I only need just a few. I don't need a lot to make some salsa.
Well, and you know what you can also do is you can also do the onion thing, right? Where I think Ann Dale posted that in her video, where you just take a regular onion from the grocery store.
That's right.
And you just cut it and root it, and then you just eat the greens that come up off of that. Ow! That's my leg. You don't dig. No.
I'll just do that when I get some. That's my leg.
Don't cry to me when I say don't dig my leg. Go over there. No. I have capris on. That's like bare skin you're scratching. Heck no. He's like trying to dig. I think it's dirt. I smell soil. I want to dig. So, oh my God. Okay, so this little guy, he's done really well with his potty training, right? Inside. He doesn't have accidents. Like he goes on the pee pads every time. He will not go outside. It's like he has no idea that he's allowed to go to the bathroom outside. So like that hour walk we went on, he corks it in the entire time. And then when we get back in the house, he's freaking out because he has to run to get on his pee pad to go pee.
take his
So-
one of his pee pads outside and just go, if it's a nice day, go hang out with him forever in the yard till he pees on the pee pad.
He is so embarrassed when his pee pad's outside in the yard. Like, how dare you put my potty in the front yard? Like, he won't even look at it. And he got mad and like barked at it. Like, it's not supposed to be here. Like, why is it here? So my goal is to go for a walk with the neighbor and take his dog, and then he can see his dog pee, and then he'll be like, oh. But like the neighbors that we see all the time, I haven't seen them in like a month. They haven't been home. They've been busy. Their daughter does like hockey and stuff, and they've just been out and busy and stuff, right? So it's like, I need to come borrow your dog to teach my dog how to pee outside. I'm potting up some cilantro. It smells so nice.
I mean, honestly, that's how I got my daughter to use the actual potty. Is we were at playgroup and another kid had to go potty, and she refused. And so when her friend went, she ran to the potty with them. Like, where are you going? And then just legit watched their friend use the bathroom. And she's like, okay, I guess it's not that scary. And she used it, and it was fine.
Yeah.
Sometimes he's gonna.
He has no idea. It's not, I mean, I joke that he's too bougie to go outside, but I just think he has no idea. Like, he just doesn't even know. The pot is blocking your view. Oh, sorry. Well, oh, this pot? Oh, if I put it up here, it's going to fall.
And put it anywhere else? Dexter's
here, let's see if I can prop it up on his shoe rings that he hates. There we go. For some reason, he hates that toy. Hates it.
My dog doesn't like anything that's plasticky. If she has a toy, it's got to be like, it's got to be furry.
The soft plush, yeah.
Yeah. Even like a ball. She loves tennis balls because they're covered in fuzzy. But she won't play with a regular ball.
He's not allowed tennis balls anymore because he just chews them. He just sits there and goes, and then tries to eat it.
Yeah, she'll start to do that. Then we get her a new ball.
Yeah, so he has, he likes the rubber ball. Like, why do you have to lay here?
Yeah.
He has to nap on my lap. And it's very, very crowded in this section. I'm sitting crisscross applesauce, and he's like leaning in.
She's always right here. Here you are, Mimi.
Yeah.
Come here.
That is the pug. They're definite lap dogs.
Yeah.
Well, you're doing your job, buddy. You're doing your job because you're on my lap. So am I missing anything in the chat? Everyone's just sitting, hanging out. We're just relaxing. Nice, cold Saturday morning chat.
I actually have to get
going.
Danny's
got to go to rehearsal. So what? It's this.
Oops. Go ahead.
It's the naughty play.
The naughty play. Yep. 2 bums.
The naughty play. 2 bums. Well, it's better than my Love Live. So.
Yeah, so we've got a show at 1:30, we've got a show at 7:30, and then we are all done. So I've got to go run 2 shows today, and then I'm good. So I'm going to drop down. Yeah, tomorrow.
All right, have fun.
Tomorrow I'll be back on the YouTube thing.
On the YouTube. Yeah, tomorrow is going to be not my final MIG. I haven't filmed it yet, but I do have my potting up of my MIG, which will be I'll premiere that tomorrow morning at some point. And then I got to film my final. I got to get ready for that.
Yeah.
Get my strobe light ready.
Yeah,
I got to figure out how I'm going to film it.
And I'm not looking forward to it because it all
dramatic.
Yeah.
You could just use the.
It got too hot on the porch and killed the lettuce, and then too cold and made the tomato droop a bit, and yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know because my husband, we had a couple days where he's like, it's probably nice enough to take your planter out. And I was like, well, I haven't hardened it off. And if it gets wind blown and if it gets anything like that, like, I'll risk it after the finals. I'm not going to risk it.
Yeah.
The finals,
well, I'm going to take everything out after. I'm going to take that cucumber and the tomato and pot those up separately, and they'll get hardened off and go out when it's time. Although I think I'm going to have baby tomatoes on that 42-day tomato anytime now. So there'll be that, but then I'm going to use the bucket for the cum salsa with me. Oh, wait a minute. The tomato is going to stay in the bucket for the cum salsa with me. And I'll plant everything else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the cum salsa with me, that has to be in a pot, right?
Yes.
But any size pot?
I don't think she specified a size.
No, because did you see the one Ann Dale's using?
Isn't it huge? Like,
I was like, my daughter would turn that into like a pool for the summer, like a soaker tub on the deck.
Right? Yeah, so I'm just going to use the 5-gallon pot.
It was like a 75-gallon pot.
My shampoo ginger finally showed its first little baby sprout.
Oh, yay.
So it didn't die.
I gotta get my ginger. Oh, the ball. There you go. There you go. Okay.
Yeah, so there's definitely lots to film, and I'm going to have my live tomorrow afternoon with the the final winners of the tomato brackets. I'm going to pick my pick for the tomatoes too, and plant all my tomato seedlings, all of that. And hopefully, if all goes well, that live will be the one that, if it's big enough, that's going to put me over my 4,000 hours.
All right. Yes, everyone.
I'm right on it. So if this is a big live tomorrow, boom, I'm there.
Nice. Nice. So, yeah. So you have how many more hours? You're at?
Depending on how many get taken away from, for last year's hours, which I can't remember. I mean, I'm in double digits. I think it's like 80.
Woo, that's awesome.
So a really good live stream, and today's hours could do it. So crossing my fingers.
Yeah. So everyone, if you don't have anything else to do today, go on over and check out Wicked Awesome Gardening. Drop your link, Danny. Drop your link.
Oh yeah, I can do that because I'm a mod.
You're an admin. You're a mod. Whatever it's called. She's a mod. So I did have to close. I know it looks really bright, and I closed the window next to me because it was even brighter. But I have my grow light on my tomatoes, so I'll give you guys all a quick preview of that once I figure out where to put a pot of lettuce so I can move the.
All right, I'm gonna sign off, but my.
Oh no, you're not supposed to see. I'm wearing pajamas. I'm in my pajamas. Well, they're not really pajamas. They're just super comfy leggings that I make. Ow! No, that's my hand. Move.
All right. I'm going to sign off.
Oh, no.
And, well, hopefully I'll see people on my
I'm being attacked by piranha.
Oh, now he likes the toy.
Now you'll play with it?
He's like, well, I got to do something to pull your attention away.
Just trying to prove me wrong, you little brat. Typical kid. Typical.
All right, bye-bye.
Oh, he hates that. That's my favorite toy. You play with it now? Yeah. Bye, Danny. Have fun.
Woo.
Drop your link. There it is. Good. Okay, I'll show you guys. These are supposed to be dwarf tomatoes. That's why I grew a bunch of dwarf tomatoes in January, because it's like they're dwarf tomatoes. They're not supposed to get very big. I grew last year the tiny tins, and they stayed nice and small. Those are the ones that are upstairs, and they are producing a ton of fruit right now because they stay small. Dex, come on. Get out. Can't get up because he's on one leg and then under where I need to get up. So this is really, really awkward. Come on. Move. Okay, you can okay, yes, some dirt fell. I'll vacuum it. Deal with it. Okay. This is awkward. Can you stop? Oh my God. That's cute. I don't recommend getting a co-host that's a puppy. I don't recommend it. Okay, so we're gonna move you. Very carefully. So over here, I know it looks really, really bright. These guys, they got too big to go up to be upstairs, so I'll turn off that light and see if that helps. Or is that worse? That's worse. So these are supposed to be dwarf tomatoes, and these are golden balcony, and they're huge. So there's 4 of them. They got too tall for my planter thing upstairs, so I have them here, and then I'm using my giant IKEA light from downstairs. I stuck it in here, and it works great because I can have it on there. I can put it there like in the mornings before we get a lot of light in the morning, and I can put it there and give it like extend the daylight. And because of the shape of it, it just shines straight down. So it's not a problem. He's also taken to recently deciding that it's really fun to chew up the corners of the pea pad, which is not something we recommend. Hey, good boy. You gonna come back up and say hi? You gonna stay back up and say hi? Yes. Say hello, my fans. Hello, my friends. I'm a psycho puppy. Want to show your bone? Want to show my bone? So yeah, I'm slightly terrified right now. Like I'm in that phase of I'm sitting what am I, 7, 8 weeks? This is week 12. So tomorrow starts week 13, which means my last frost date is week 19. So I am in the zone because pretty much the rest of the stuff that I have that needs to get planted is all, it's all, what, 6 to 8 weeks before your last frost date. So, I mean, I have a few things that normally I don't do a lot of, sorry, we're going to get repositioned here. So normally I don't do a lot of from seed because I can't, let's turn this off. I can't do a lot from seed because of I have a short growing season and because I have a hill. So whenever I try to grow anything from seed, if it's on like the main hill area of the backyard, it just runs down the hill as soon as we get some rain. So that does not work very well for me. So there are some things that probably should be started inside, but I don't know if I'm going to have room under the grow lights unless we get this grow tent, the mystery grow tent set up. So that could increase my options. But like those petunias, like they're still super, super tiny. And at this point, they should be much bigger, but they're not because they're in such small containers. So hopefully today I will have a chance to do some more trays and I will get those petunias potted up. And I'll probably do another pop-up live to do that. I wish I should have made the soil blocks this morning. I could do it right now, but I didn't think this would go so fast. I did not have the foresight to do that. And it's still kind of cold outside today. So today it's going to get up to 42. So this afternoon when it's 42 degrees and not too terribly cold out, then I'll go out and we'll do the winter sowing containers and then I will make up some more of the, hey, Huga, how are you? Thank you for coming in. So then I'll be doing more of the soil blocks and then I can get those petunias started up because they're still pretty tiny, so they need to get going. The pansies are going good. This past week, my lobelia and my coleus have gone bonkos. Like they are enormous, or as Nicole would say, banana pants. They're going banana pants. So they're doing really, really good. But the coleus is really, really frost tender. I'm not sure about the lobelia. So coleus, that stuff, I'm going to have to try and find a place for it. So you like your Tiny Tim peas for Instagram? It's Tiny Tim tomato. I have never grown the Tiny Tim peas, but I have seen those dwarf peas and I am interested in trying that. I like things dwarf because I have a very small yard and I grow a lot of my stuff in pots and everything. Hey, Miss Andale, we were talking about you a little bit ago. We were commenting on your enormous pot for your salsa grow off thingy. So like, I don't know, can I enter my MIG grow off container in that? Because in there I'm growing, I would just have to pull out the basil and put in onion and one of my jalapenos. I don't think it's deep enough though for the jalapenos, that pot. I don't know if I'll be doing the salsa. When is that due by? Because honestly, I just don't have another like pot big enough. Like I can't do like a 5 gallon bucket in my house. It's not gonna work. Well, I guess if I put it under that, no, I just can't. So I'd have to wait. G Mama is switching to dwarf plants too. They're great. Like you still get the production, but you don't have just like these enormous 15-foot tall cherry tomatoes. I swear to God, my 2 tiny Tims that I planted in a 10-inch pot last summer gave me more tomatoes than one of my cherry tomatoes of my like my Brad's Atomic Grape that got like 15 feet tall and went crazy. Because they kept splitting and they took so long to ripen, but my tiny Tims just did amazing. Hey, Red Road Homestead, welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, that pot is huge. My daughter would be like, yeah, I'm turning this into a hot tub. Just like line it with a big bag or something. Dump some hot water in it. That's what she did 2 years ago. I had one of those big buckets in the garden that has like the rope handle on the side of the giant, I don't know, it's like 72-liter, bucket. And she would go put her swimsuit on and fill it with hot water from the from the laundry tub and hang out in it on the deck. That was her hot tub. So unfortunately it doesn't work anymore because actually I accidentally cracked a hole in the bottom of it somehow. She was very upset about that. So yeah, but Dexter's going to want a pool this summer. Yeah, you have to get you a little pool. Keep you cool on the deck. Or are you going to be a maniac and just flip it around? I am so scared gardening with him. Oh, he's a wild thing. He's a wild thing. I don't know, Gizmo, like when we had him as a puppy, we got him in March and I was planting stuff out in May and he like never went in the flower beds. But to be fair, the flower beds were a lot smaller then. And he just he just stayed out of the flower beds. And if he did cross through or something, he just like would tiptoe around my plants. Like I could have planted a bunch of fresh petunias every 4 inches to 6 inches apart, and he would walk through like super gentle and not step on anything or crush anything. This guy, I think, is just gonna tear through. I'm like, we should have named him Tasmanian Devil. Like he's just so full of energy and out of control. Like it's just. Hopefully he will mature enough. But he's going to have to be watched. And he puts everything in his mouth. Like Gizmo would put some stuff in his mouth, but I don't remember it being this bad. Like every walk you go on, you're just constantly reaching down, pulling rocks and everything out of his mouth. So, you drive your mommy crazy. Yeah. So now we're just sitting here chewing on a bone on our leg. Yeah. Yeah. Fortunately, this is the time of day that he's sleeping. So that's what it makes it a good time to do lives. If I tried to do a live between, say, 3 and 6, that is his psycho time of day. Like, that is all his energy. During mid-mornings, I don't know, he sleeps good through the night, and he gets up around between 6 and 7 with my husband, and then by 9 o'clock, he's ready for a nap. So it works good because we usually leave for work around 8:30 or 9, and I know that he's just going to relax and calm down and sleep most of the time that we're gone. So you are switching to dwarf and bush plants. Yeah. I love vines, and so I grow a lot of vines, but I don't have a lot of space for vining stuff. And where I do put the vines, it makes it hard to harvest. So I don't know why, for some reason, I think things that vine and fruit are going to hang down. And I keep making this mistake. You'd think I would have learned my first year of doing this. Oh no, sorry. Someone's barking at you. Someone's barking at you, Dexter. Yes, they are. Hey, Mabel Cook, good morning from Vancouver. Welcome in, welcome in. Puppy. Yeah, you're getting barked at? Well, he's just sitting here being a good boy, so that's nice. That's nice. Thank you for being a good boy. You're not attacking me or trying to bite my hair or like you are when I try to do yoga. Oh my gosh. So I've been having problems. My hip has been pretty sore the last couple weeks. Ever since I did that slip in the driveway, I get a bit of pain in my hip, the one that I kind of like caught myself on. And where are you going? And so I was trying to use my foam roller the other night. I almost flattened him. I'm like, you're going to get steamrolled, buddy, because you just had to be in the way the entire time. Everywhere I was trying to roll, the the foam roller, and he's like trying to balance on it. I'm like, dude, leave me alone. So I have not been doing my yoga as regularly as I usually do, just because he drives me nuts. And then normally, if I couldn't do it here in the living room, I would go downstairs. But my husband is in tax season right now, and so he has the giant picnic table set up down there, the folding like party table. He has it set up down there with like receipts and stuff all over. So I don't have anywhere else to go. And even if I have my daughter and I say, okay, keep an eye on him while I do my yoga, he wants to be on top of me the whole time. And if my head is anywhere within like a foot of the ground, he thinks he has to be attacking and chewing my hair. So it really takes the relaxation out of yoga. I keep wanting to do a video. I should do a video of him, like just he's just, you're a maniac. You're a maniac. So yeah, I gotta get the hip thing figured out. I've been doing some exercises online. I think it's tendonitis in that muscle. So I do have a problem with edema. So anytime that I injure something, it gets inflamed, and then the swelling just doesn't want to leave. So it stays in there. That's what happened with my knee. That's what happens with other things. So I did order some kinesiology tape on the internet. So hopefully that comes soon, and I will be strapping my leg and hopefully help to get the swelling out of there. And that should help. Oh, do you see yourself? I think he saw himself on the camera. Hi, good morning, Irene. How are you? Are you getting some nice weather in Tennessee? Audrey, yes, yoga, puppy yoga. Yeah, I would never pay for goat yoga because it would just be an absolute disaster. If it's anything like puppy yoga, it's a disaster. Hey, Heather Lynn, welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. So I got my potting up done. If you're new to the chat, let me see if I can lift it up carefully. So I potted up my lettuce. So now it's in this bowl. So, I mean, that's what you call a salad bowl, right? That's what we call a salad bowl. Yeah. So it's going to just sit in there. Hopefully for not too long, maybe a week or two, I'm going to put it out. I do have a cold frame up in the attic as well. That's about 3 feet by 4 feet, I think. And then it had in the middle of the dome, it goes up to about 2.5 feet. So that would be a really great place for me to put all of my greens out. So I have these. I have a few more of the pak choi that I didn't harvest that were still pretty tiny. And then I have a new set of pak choi and kale that are doing really good. So they could get potted up and could go outside in the next week or so. I think you just saw yourself. That's you. Yeah. He's like, who is that handsome devil on the screen? That's you, buddy. That's you. That's mommy. How did we get out? Mind blown. Yes. Mind blown. Oh my God. How did we get out of there? No, it got cold again. Oh no. Yeah, hopefully. When is your last frost date there in Tennessee? I don't know. I've always pictured Tennessee as being super cold. And then I know I have a friend that moved to that area, and it seems like last year she was planting stuff out long before I was. So I always pictured Tennessee as like snowy mountains and stuff like that. But I don't know. You're so awkward. There you go. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Are you going to be a YouTube star? Yeah? Are you going to be a YouTube star out in the garden this summer? Oh, I have a feeling we're going to have a lot of outtakes. I have a feeling. My planting videos, my tour videos this summer, there's going to be a lot of interesting outtakes from the beast, as we like to call it sometimes. We call you the beast. Yeah. So, end of April, last frost in West Tennessee. Okay. So yeah, you're a couple weeks ahead of me. So not too much longer now. Oh, I'm so scared. Like I haven't even really, like, I went through and looked at my tomatoes, the packets that I have. On my, you know what? I haven't had it yet. Should I get my tomatoes? You guys want to help me decide which tomatoes? I don't even know what to do. I only have 12 pots to do tomatoes. That they're my 12 grow bags that go along my railing that I can put the pots in, but I can grow the tomatoes up because it has the the strings that I can get up over. Otherwise, there's no real other place I can grow any tomatoes. The rest is all. You planted already. I planted mine already. Oh, your tomatoes? Yeah, I know. I was kind of hoping to do it sooner, and then it's like if I do it too soon, I'm going to run out of room in my grow room. So we're hoping maybe by the end of the week we'll be able to put up the grow tent. I mean the greenhouse, our little greenhouse out in the backyard. It's just a 6x6 greenhouse, but it does have a heater in it. And if I can get that put up next week, then I can move a lot of the stuff that I have out there now, like these dwarf tomatoes and stuff like that. And then I'll have room for just the seedlings in there, and then I'll have room to start a lot more stuff. But I'm like trying to think of like what other plants. Like I've got a lot of my flowers started already too, and I need to do just some of the other worm annuals. The celosia I have, and a few of those kind of things. But I don't think I'm going to be growing as many, and I'm going to be trying to do as much as I can out in the winter sowing containers today. So the Guam and the anything that's like slightly perennial or can take a frost. I don't think I'm going to be growing any more lupins. I already have a few coming up, and they can be kind of toxic to dogs. And this guy likes to eat everything, so I'll leave the ones I have in the garden. And if I have to, I can put I'll put something around it and keep an eye on him. But I don't think I'll start anymore. Just because of that. So I think I'll mainly be starting in there like a bunch. I have poppies and some hollyhocks and things like that. Even the hollyhocks, I have so many from last year that I don't know how many more I'll need to pot up. It's supposed to be April, but last year I got away with taking my seedlings out. Now this time I think they were all yeah. So if I had my my cold frame set up out there, then I would be tempted to put some of my stuff out during the day. The only problem with doing that is I'm in a 3-story townhouse, and my sliding glass door is on the bottom level, and my bedroom where my grow room is on the top level. So it becomes a real pain in the butt when I have to start bringing everything in at night, especially because I can't just leave it down in the basement right now. I have a walkout basement. I can't leave it in the basement right now because, like I said, my husband has the table set up, and it's really crowded. Once we get those big speakers out of the way, I think that will give us some more room down there. And then maybe I'll just be able, if I'm just taking stuff in and out for the day, but if it's just like one day here and there, it's just not worth it for me, just to be taking everything up and down. Oh, are you comfy? You going back to sleep? Oh no, you got the hiccups. Oh no. I'm at the other end of Tennessee East, at the foot of the Smokies. Kate's Cove, beautiful. Hey, Red Road. Hey, Scott. Everyone's saying hi. I'm looking forward to not having to get my produce from the grocery store. That is nice. I love that. Like this lettuce, when it gets big and it's like, oh, we need to have a salad, and I'll just send my daughter out with the snips, and she'll go out and just cut it up for that night's dinner. I do like the cut and come again, and so like it'll just keep growing and growing. So this lettuce, what I have growing here, this should be enough to feed us for all summer long, like, until it gets too hot and it goes bleh. But I will be putting it in the buckets on the side of my fence there. So they will be slightly protected. There's a bit more shade. So that's where I'm going to be growing a lot of my greens this year. They did really well there last year. Even the kale stayed all summer long, and they did really good. You have the hiccups, buddy? Oh no. Ooh. Does that work in dogs? Or just annoy them? That wasn't me. What are you looking at? What are you looking at? Okay, I know you're super comfy and I hate to make you move, but mommy's got to grab the tomatoes, okay? All right? All right? Okay, you entertain the guests, okay? Mommy's going to get the tomatoes. All right. I'll be right back. They're literally right here. Okay. And my fancy histology bugs. Whoop. Okay. I know everyone makes fun of me for my histology bags, but they work so good. Oh, I got a hair in my eye. Hold on. Okay, so you're coming back up. Don't eat the tomato packets, okay? You be good? So I have a few in here that I know for sure I will not be growing, but I have to narrow it down to 12. And That's going to be really, really hard. Especially because my daughter has requested the black cherry tomatoes for sure. Those are her favorites. So I will be doing those. So basically I have 11 that I can choose from. And I have Brandywine. These are from Joe. I have some from Joe. So from Joe I have from his Tomato Seed of the Month Club thingy. I have Brandywine. I have Marglobe. You can't see the labels on them because it's all white. Sorry. You'll have to trust me. Pink Tiger, Sweetie, and Gold Nugget. So on those, I think from what I watched his video again, I think the Pink Tiger of those was probably my favorite, either the Pink Tiger and the Brandywine. This one is a small plant. So this one I'm just going to put in a pot. So it's not counted in those. And I'm growing this one because this lady, it's called a Bianca. It's a super sweet, tiny cherry tomato, pale yellow, small plant. Because the lady sent it to me for Gizmo. So we are growing this in honor and memory of Gizmo. So then for the larger tomatoes, I have Old German, my daughter's favorite, the chocolate cherry. So we will be growing those for sure. And then I have these Starfire Improved. I got these at the dollar store, so they'll be, nope. And then we have Candy Sweet. I really want to try the Candy Sweet as well. We will have to bring our seedlings in tonight. It's been so warm. It's supposed to be close to freezing tonight. Yeah. Do it. Tomato Brandywine Pink. I tried these last year. They did not do great. I know I want to try the pineapple. So pineapple's on there. Girls, weird thing. I grew that a few years ago. It was actually pretty good. What are you doing? It's kind of got a smoky. Oh, you want your bone? Okay, take your bone. It's kind of got like a smoky flavor to it, right? So, and then in here I have, oh, these aren't tomatoes. Hollyhock and Burning Bush. Okay, why are those in there? I don't know. Why are they in with the tomatoes? That's silly. Okay, and then those are not tomatoes either. Neither are these. This thing's a mess. Someone needs to sort me out. Someone needs to come and sort me out. And then I have Black Crim, which I tried growing last year. And I got the weirdest looking purse, or I won't even say the real name, what they actually look like. They were offensive. Yellow pear. These seeds are really, really old. I don't think I'm going to waste my time on that. Mexico midget. Nope. Oh, no, I just dropped some. Hold on. Where'd it go? Oh, thanks. He caught it. Good job, buddy. Moneymaker. They did really well. The Moneymaker, it wasn't like a super exciting. You're blocking me. Hello. It wasn't like a super exciting tomato flavor, but it produced a lot, and it was like a decent small size, so that it turned right. We ate a lot of those last year. They were really good, like in salsas and stuff. Not exactly what I'm looking for like, say, like a slicing tomato for like a nice. Okay, do you have to eat my hair? Then I have ground cherries, and then this is the get out of there. This is the Tasmanian chocolate dwarf tomatoes, and that is what I'm growing in the Imagi Grow Off. I have like 5 or 6 of those going, and they're doing really, really well. I have these. I don't know if anyone's tried these. I know Nicole has started these this year as well. The blue cream. That's not appropriate. The blue cream ones, and they split so fast. I thought the taste was okay. No one else liked them, so oh well. And then Elfie, I'm not gonna do that. So I will be narrowing down the tomatoes I'm growing for myself, and then I'm hoping to have a bit of a seedling sale. So I will be growing some of the larger. So I'll probably be growing. Mortgage lifter. I didn't see mortgage lifter in there, but I have mortgage lifters. So I'll probably be growing like quite a few of the mortgage lifter, the Old German, and the Brandywine, because that's what people want. They're like, I want a beefsteak. I want a beefsteak tomato. And so you're like, okay, well, what kind? Like, I want a beefsteak. And it's like, okay, well, I mean, there is a variety called beefsteak, but it's not like, it's like, I want heirloom tomato. But heirloom's not a variety. It's a type of tomato, right? Okay, buddy. Enough. I love you too, but come on. Okay. Yes. Okay. Come on. Yes. Dexter says he wants to have his own ASMR channel. Yes, because there's a lot of licking and chewing goes on. You like your bone? Yes. I'm going to tell everybody you're doing just fine after scaring mommy and daddy by swallowing an entire rawhide. It was like this long. And he was just chewing on it. And then he went, ooh, and he swallowed the whole thing, and you could see it sticking out on each side. And so, of course, we took him to the vet. They did an x-ray, and then they're like, yeah. And 2 days later, he passed it. It kind of broke into 2 chunks, and he passed it, and he was just fine. But I was terrified. I thought, oh, my God, we're going to have to cut him open. He's going to have surgery to get that thing out. But fortunately, it softened, and it did its thing. So my friend calls him the beast. You're a beast. You're a beast. Yes. And he's getting big. He's like 11 pounds now. That's what I weighed him this morning. He was 11 pounds. Boop. And we got him. He was just under 5 pounds. So I cannot believe how much he's grown in just the last 2 months. Oh, 2 months? You want to do 2 months? Yeah. Yeah. Because he's 4 months now. So if you have lotion, oh yeah. I know. Face cream, hand cream. I have this really nice lotion I bought at the street party we had last summer. There's a lady locally that makes it with these oils. So it's like this oil lotion, and it smells amazing. And he goes absolutely nuts for it. And he like tries to lick my hands and my arms when I put that stuff on. And Gizmo was a huge fan of coconut oil, and I like to use coconut oil on my legs. And then he would just like lick it gone. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Monday is supposed to be 32 degrees in Massachusetts. Yeah. I think tomorrow we have a high of like 23 or something through the day. It's like, ugh. So, I guess no one told Old Man Winter to hit the road. I've told him many a time. He don't listen. Like most men. What are you? Oh. Did you hear? Did you hear? Oh no, you're getting a second wind. You're getting a second wind. Yeah, no, you don't get paper. You don't get paper. So yeah, I will be starting a lot of my tomatoes, and I think it's more in my head. That whole like, my shirt's all stretched out now. Thanks, buddy. That whole procrastination thing, and I didn't used to have it, but like this year, I've had major like procrastination fear. The quilt I'm working on, like I saw the pattern. I said, oh, this is what I'm going to make. I saw the pattern. I bought the pattern. I bought the fabric. And then I read the pattern and I realized how involved it was. And I just kind of panicked and froze. And I was like, oh. And then I'm like, I got to get started on this. So she's due next week. It's a baby gift. She's due next week. So I told her to cork it in. But, babies have their own agenda. So we shall see. I don't know how much of this I'm going to get done by the time, So she'll get it when she gets it. Like I said, it was supposed to be a baby gift. It could possibly be a graduation gift at this rate. But I am making progress, and I just wish that I hadn't put it off as much as I was, because I was just scared. And the other problem with it is my sewing machine is in the office where the computer is at, right? So when my daughter is on a computer, she's playing computer games, or if she's doing homework, because they do a lot of homework and work on the computer now. Their classroom is all computers. They all have a computer at their desk. So most of their classwork is even done on the computer. So then when she comes home, she has to do homework or collaborative work. It has to be on a computer. And then sometimes my husband's using the computer for work, so I can't sew. And then by the time everyone's like, oh, you can go in there now, I'm like, I'm tired. And I can't sew when I'm tired. If I sew when I'm tired, I just make mistakes. And then I spend the whole next day with the seam ripper, cursing myself for working when I was tired. So, yeah. So these are the only rawhides he's allowed now, because they're so long that he couldn't swallow. Although I would have said that about the other one. And we keep an eye on him. So he's only allowed to have these when we are in the room with him. But he loves to chew. Like, he could just chew all day long. Right? And he likes to be on my shoulder, chewing in my ear. Thank you. Because that's what I want to hear right now. Yeah. Yeah. Are you a beast, Dexter? You the boy? You the boy? So he's definitely added a lot of a spark back into into hanging out in the living room. It is not the relaxing TV watching experience that it used to be. You never know when you might get attacked. So some days he's being really, really good right now, today, this morning. But yeah, I should show you what it's like when he gets hyper and he starts flipping out and doing zoomies in the house and going nuts. But he has enjoyed going for his walks. We took him down just up the street at the end of our street. So it's like the length of our street is probably like, 3 blocks. So at the other end of the street, there are 3 big storm drainage ponds. And the CN rail runs right behind the house there. So it's kind of an open, grassy area. And people walk back there all the time. Lots of people walk with their dogs. And the ponds there are home to 2 beavers. I've seen a couple muskrats. We usually get there's a couple geese and ducks down there now. We usually get a few babies. There's lots of duck babies and goslings that come in the spring. And the blue heron lives there, so we see him quite often. There's a turtle that lives there on the other end of the pond, the snapping turtle. So it's always fun to go and try to go looking for the beaver when you go out for walks. It's always funny to see with the kids and other birds that are out there. We have some ravens that have a big nest under the big bridge up there. And there's one, and that thing is enormous. It's terrifying. We also have hawks, a lot of hawks in the area because of the fact that we have the CN line behind us. It's open. I'll take you guys for a walk back there once the weather gets a little bit nicer. You can see like back behind the house, it's a nice and open place to walk. And it's kind of like an animal highway. So that's why even though we're in a suburban setting, we have raccoons and skunks and squirrels and groundhogs, and we've had a few. We used to have a fox that lived that would just go kind of wandering down the neighborhood, and we've had a deer on the street before, but it's because they all come down the rail line there, and then that's the fence behind our house. So it's a great place to go for a walk and to take the dog. I am kind of paranoid of ticks, so that is something I do keep an eye on. And they do kind of keep it mowed because it's a work road there. There's power lines all along there and the rail line. So they do half of it's gravel and then the rest is. But he really enjoys going down there and going for a walk. And there's lots of stuff to sniff and lots of bunnies around and all of that. So it's a nice little walk. And it took him about an hour yesterday to go up and around and do the loop, and then we come up the other street. So yeah. Oh my goodness, that's delicious. That's absolutely delicious. Yeah. So even though we are in the suburbs, we do kind of have a nice area there, just that you feel kind of like you're in the middle of nowhere. And it's nice. It's a lot of times that's where I'll go for pictures when I take photos of my daughter for the sewing and stuff. Because it's like there's not a bunch of people around. So, but Dexter's excited. We got in the car yesterday to go to the vet, and it's like the last time he was in the car was to go to the vet. So I told him, I said, don't worry, the weather's getting better. One of these times we're going to get in the car and it'll be full somewhere fun. So we do have we have a lot of walking trails and biking trails in Brampton. It's a big initiative that they've put out, and we have we have the Etobicoke Creek Trail, so it goes right along the river, and then we have some that go around ponds or lakes in the neighborhoods. So we have Loafers Lake, and then we have Professor's Lake, and Professor's Lake is really nice. Especially when the kids were little. In the summertime, it's an old gravel pit, but there's houses around most of it, and there's a big trail that goes around it, and then they have like a swimming area, and then there's like a city rec center there, so they have like indoor, they have the washrooms and a concession stand, and there's even like a little water slide, and you can rent paddle boards and kayaks and stuff like that there. So, and it's just right in the middle of the city. Like in the background, you see like the hospital right behind it. But especially when my daughter was little, I'd go with her toddler time friends every year, the first like warm day in spring, and we would go take all the kids and go walk around it. And so I really want to do that again this year. I've missed doing that because they really have a lot. They have a lot of tulips and bulbs and stuff planted there. So Brampton is known as our slogan is Flower City, so they really do a lot with the plantings and the flowers all around. Just up from me here, and they closed the trail, so I'm not not sure why they're flooding the but it's part of the giant soccer center. So there's like these giant fields of soccer and oh, where do we go? I'm buffering. I'm still here. Oh, there we are. Sorry. Hey, food plants, how are you? Welcome in. So it's a giant, like they have soccer fields, they have cricket fields, they've got baseball fields. There's a giant splash pad and basketball. It's like just really big, like outdoor sports complex. And the back half of it is kind of like their nursery. So they've started a bunch of trees back in there for like plantings for the city. So they grow a lot of stuff in that section, and then they plant it out later. So can you stop eating my hair? That would be great. You're just gonna lean against me, facing the other way. You're weird. Stop eating my hair. Chew on your bone. Chew on your bone. So that could be kind of a fun area to go and show everybody as well. Usually we ride our bikes through there, but it's kind of been closed off. So maybe we'll take Dexter, you, and everything. Yeah, I'm just listening and cooking. Ooh, what are you cooking? I should be cooking. I don't know what I'm going to make today. We have my husband he like cooks a lot of the meat. So he goes and he'll buy like a chunk of beef or a chunk of something, and he'll decide what to do with it. So he'll either put it on the smoker, or he'll put it in the sous vide, or on the rotisserie on the back. So usually a lot of times my job is just to come up with the sides, which is fine by me. So the other day he did, I think it was he did an inside round roast in the sous vide. And honestly, like it's a cheaper cut of meat, but you put it in the sous vide and you put it with the marinade and you slow cook it and you cut it. It still can be like medium rare inside when you slice it, and it tastes amazing. It's almost as good as prime rib, and it's a fraction of the cost. So, with everything coming up and being more expensive, sometimes these other ways of cooking, these cheaper cuts of meat, a lot of times have a lot of flavor. They just are harder to cook. So when you have the time, and you can do it like a sous vide, or you can smoke it low, or you can use like the Instant Pot. I use a lot. So yeah, I have this hunk of beef left in there, and I need to use it for lunch. And I don't know. I made Philly cheesesteaks yesterday with it, which were really good, but I don't have any more buns. So maybe my go-to usually when I have like leftover meat that I don't know what to do with, it's tacos. It usually just turns into tacos because they're easy and they're absolutely delicious. I love tacos. So I think I have some fresh corn tortillas in the fridge as well, and then the regular tortillas. So maybe we'll just do tacos with it. I don't know. Where are you going with that, buddy? Yeah. It's so funny. He always wants you to hold his bone and stuff for him. But sometimes like you're cooking and he'll like bring it to your foot. Like he can't understand that your feet. So it's like you just stand on his bone. But he'll bring, even on the couch, he'll bring it to your foot. And it's like, sorry, buddy, my hands and feet are different. I can't hold, but he doesn't understand that. So ground beef. Hey, I love ground beef. I made meatloaf last week. I haven't made meatloaf in ages. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. I haven't made it in a long time. I was a little fancy with it. I put half the meat down, and then I put some cheese, just some slices of cheddar. And I put the other half down, and then I put some bacon on top. Oh my God, it was so good. We loved it. Oh no, lady, no. Was it outside? Did it get too cold? What happened to your poor lettuce? Oh, that's sad. That's sad. Mine's looking kind of sad right now because I just up potted it. But once I get it watered in and it sits and gets some nice sunshine on it, hopefully it'll perk up, and hopefully I'll be able to plant. I'm not going to plant all of it outside just in case it does die. I do have some frost cloth, but I've never even opened the package. I bought it and I didn't even open it. And I do think I have something I can use like as a cloche as well that I could put on it. He's like jabbing me in the back with this long chewy bone. Just started snowing in eastern Kentucky. Crazy. That sucks. Oh my gosh. Okay, hey Google, what's the temperature tomorrow? High of 27 and a low of 12. So we're going down to 12 overnight. So yeah, I'm not going to be putting these babies out. Maybe till later in the week and try to get them acclimated. I'll probably just put them out in this container, and maybe if I can find that. The problem is finding room to put the cold frame out on the deck. I would like to have something like right up by the house because the brick, like use the brick as the heat in there. I would have to build something to do that. That's just not going to happen. Oh, the peppers and tomatoes are on fire. Good. My peppers are doing really well in the dwarf tomatoes, but I haven't started the tomatoes, and I should. I really have to. I have to do that this week. So I might be doing a pop-up live for the tomatoes, or I might just do a video. I don't know. But the tomatoes are going to get done at some point. And that's honestly because I do YouTube, and sometimes it's like I gotta get stuff planted, and like it's like I gotta have a shower first, so it doesn't happen because so I'm like, yeah, I'm too tired. Come home from a day of work, and some days I'm just exhausted and I'm disgusting, and it's like I gotta have a shower, and I don't feel like fixing my hair or anything after, and it's like, no, that's not happening today. So yeah, some jobs, like if I'm scraping the ceiling and whatever, and then I have to paint it, and then I come home, I'm gross. And yeah, some days it just doesn't happen. So having to film everything does put a bit of a dent in your scheduling a little bit. But I've become less and less concerned about really how I look. I'm glad Kareen's not in here today because my hair is kind of wisping out on the side. I don't know. I got to get my hair done. I am overdue for a hair appointment, but trying to figure out my schedule and my hairdresser's schedule is a bit of a pain because I work, like we do construction, and it's just like I have no idea what work we have next week. I have no idea if we have any work at all, or every day, or some days or not. And a lot of times my husband doesn't really know until the day before either. So I'll schedule something and he'll be like, oh, we got a call, we got to go. So we do a lot of work for other contractors. One that we do for is like insurance jobs. So sometimes we'll get a call and he's like, I need you in there tomorrow because the flooring guys are coming and whatever. So a lot of our work is really spur of the moment. So fortunately, my hairdresser knows this because I've been going to her for years and years and years. So I'm always like, pencil me in. And then sometimes I'll call her and I'll be like, do you have anything? She's like, I have a cancellation today at 8:30 in the morning. Tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning. Can you get here? I'm like, yes, ma'am. That was what I did, I think, last time I had a hair appointment. She had a cancellation, and she's like, you can be here tomorrow by 8:30 in the morning. I'm like, yep. So, are you sleepy now? You a little sleepy? Sleeping standing up? That seems awkward. I'll do this. Is that better? Is that better? Yeah. Oh, who's a sleepy baby? Yes. He likes to sleep in a circle. His whole body is like, whoop, like tucks down. I don't know how that can be comfortable on your spine. Yeah. He's such a good boy. Most of the time. So he's 80% angel and 20% devil. Yep. Sometimes he just, oh my God, something will just get, I don't know, he like gets the devil in him. And he runs around like a maniac. And he just terrorizes the house, and my daughter's screaming because he's jumping all over her, and he's biting, and he's nipping. And he's gotten a lot better at the nipping though. So he'll still mouth you a little bit, but he doesn't use his teeth as much. He's getting better about that. So I'm sorry, are we keeping you awake? Yeah. So yeah, I had to cancel my live Thursday night. Hi Ann, thanks so much for stopping by. Good luck in your salad bowl and your MIG grow off. Good luck for the competition. Yes, he's a sweet baby. What was I saying? I don't even remember. Oh yeah, my live, like our internet was down on Thursday nights. Like I didn't have my live Thursday night, and we didn't have anything, so I had to watch TV. My daughter was like dying. I was like, this is what it was like when we were growing up. So we watched a Home Improvement and Mad About You, which I hadn't seen Mad About You in ages. I guess they've just started replaying that on TV. Home Improvement's on quite a bit. her favorite of like those kind of shows is According to Jim. She loves According to Jim. And then we had internet problems earlier in the year, and she was watching a lot of Night Court. I'd come in and she'd be sitting or eating, and she'd be watching Night Court because it's the only thing that was on TV. So it was funny. Some of those shows, it's like, oh my god, they'd never be able to air today. Some of the stuff that they talked about or whatever, I was like, oh my goodness, they would never be allowed to air today, right? So, well, I want to say thank you so much to everyone that has come in and hanging out and chilling, just chilling like a villain, right? We're just chilling. I do need to. It's 12 o'clock now. Oh my gosh. I do need to come up with something for lunch for the family. I'll probably just go with like fajitas at this point, and then get the winter sewing containers. And then I've promised my daughter I will take her to Oshi Tea, which is the bubble tea place. Today is Saturday, and their special is honeydew. I think it's the honeydew one, and that's the one that she's super excited to try. So they have specials each day, and that's what we're going to try. And then we're going to go to the enormous giant dollar store, and I might take the GoPro in there just to give you guys a glimpse. It used to be a grocery store, and they put a dollar store in there, and it's called your dollar store with more, which means your dollar store that costs more. So there's no cap on the price of the dollar store. So most things in there are, fairly cheap, but they will go and they'll have like bedding sets and stuff like that. That can be $30, $40, $50, certain things. So, gotta go, girly. Content creator mode right now. Yay! Get her done. Record. Exactly. Well, sometimes I'll do that. I'll be like, I fixed my hair. I've thrown some makeup on. I'm just gonna record like 2 or 3 videos in a row, and sometimes I just change my shirt, so you don't know it was just like within 5 minutes of the other video. Sometimes I don't change it because I figure by the time the videos go out, no one's gonna notice. But sometimes I will change my shirt. So thank you so much, Ladies Farm, for coming in. Get your new lettuce started. It'll catch up in no time. I just finished watering my windowsill garden. Nice. I actually didn't water any of the plants yesterday. It's been so cold this week that they haven't really dried out in there. Sometimes, like if it's a hot day, oh my goodness, they dry out so fast. But yesterday they didn't. I'll go in and double check. Probably by this evening I might have to top them off a little bit. But he's so cute. He is. He is such a sweet baby. And he's in this mood. He's in sweet baby mood this morning. Which is why I hate to go to. I'm like, we should work in the afternoons when he's psycho, because in the mornings and during the daytime, he's just a doll. Then come mid-afternoon, so that's why he needs to go and get his walks. So, we're gonna do the winter sewing containers. I don't know if I'm gonna be brave enough to let him out there while we do it, because there's still a lot of stuff on the deck for him to get into and try to eat, which could be naughty. That could be naughty. So maybe we'll have Daddy take you for a walk, and we'll do that. Yeah. So I'm bribing my daughter to help me with the winter sewing containers today. So I'll be growing quite a few greens. I have my kohlrabi, and I think the broccoli, and then quite a few, just some greens, poppies, and other flowers and stuff that I want to grow, but I'm not super desperate for, that I will be starting them inside because they're going to take up a lot of room. And I don't know, honestly, I don't know if I'm going to use all of them because I'm using the giant containers this year. And I have like 9 of them. So I don't know if I really will need all of them. If not, I'm just going to cut the whole top off and I can use it as a cloche. So, he's so tired. He's so tired. Do you want to say goodbye? Say thanks for coming. You got to go make lunch? Thanks for coming. We got to go make lunch? Yeah, he doesn't want me to go anywhere. He's like, no, let's just stay in chat. Okay, you like this? Yeah. Right? Yeah. So he says, once you become monetized, and then I can just make a living just sitting on YouTube chatting with you on my lap. That sounds like an idea. No plan? Yeah, sounds like a good idea. I like it. If I didn't have to scrape another ceiling, I'd be happy. I would be happy. Oh, that's the couch, I swear. So say thanks for coming. I gotta go have my nap. Oh, I'm so tired. I can hardly hold my head up. I can hardly hold up my head. My huge head. My huge noggin. I can't hold up my huge noggin. Look at the size of that head. Oh my goodness. All right. Thanks, everybody. Bye. Did I click it? And broadcast. And we're out. We're still on. We're still on. I don't know. Oh yeah, I don't know. I clicked the button. It's not doing anything. I think we're still there. And broadcast. Yes. There we go. Now